What's going on, champs and champettes? It's Monkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I want to talk about some of the interesting things that got vaulted with the launch of Chapter 4 Season 2 that I felt was a little bit weird, because when you're playing Fortnite and you look on the island, you see a lot of stuff, right? But one of the things that I've noticed that you see a lot of, but you don't see anything else of, is chickens. You'll see chickens everywhere on the Fortnite island, but you don't see any boars, wolves, crows even, frogs, anything like that. And the reason why was because with the launch of Chapter 4 Season 2, for some reason, Epic Games decided to vault the following items but keep chickens in the game. So in terms of stuff that they decided to vault, or I guess, you know, not items but mechanics or animals, they vaulted boars, wolves, crows, frogs, and snowballs. So if you ever go to the snow area and try pickaxing the ground, that new feature where you could make a giant snowball is already gone. You're unable to do it anymore, and it's kind of weird to see Epic Games doing stuff like this, right? Because one, why did they keep chickens in the game, right? And I think they added an accolade that makes it so you can actually get some XP for eliminating a chicken. But two, why vault everything but chickens? And why vault snowballs, right? That was a new thing that they kind of advertised for last season. Sure, basically nobody used it unless it was for request or anything like that, but it's still interesting to see everything just kind of getting vaulted like that out of the blue for the launch of the new season. And yes, I decided, you know what, this is going to be the topic of today's video. I mean, I'm in a call with the people I'm playing Team Rumble with right now. You guys can't hear them, but I can. And they did not expect me just to start talking about things that were vaulted. I literally just kind of started talking about this off the top of my head out of absolutely nowhere. And this is the type of content you guys subscribed for. So whether that's a good choice or a bad choice, that's entirely up to you. But the whole entire reason I want to talk about things that got vaulted with the brand new... But anyways, the reason why I wanted to talk... Sorry guys, I'm laughing too much at this video when I unpause it. But what I want to talk about, the whole entire reason why I'm talking about these specific things getting unvaulted in the game, is because it brings up the interesting discussion overall of just why has Epic Games decided to randomly vault things that you wouldn't understand why they're vaulting for absolutely no reason, right? It's like, if these are in the game, it doesn't really matter, right? They're just an additional thing to have in the game. I get that having too many things can make the game feel cluttered at times, but it's just interesting to see that when it comes to things that they would decide to like vault in the game that you can't use anymore right now, they would be like, you know, watch those boars, wolves, and the crows in the skies and everything else like that. That is the problem area for our game. Let's go ahead and vault them. When last season, can I just be honest, it was like I could never find boars or wolves anyways in the game, right? Like I could find tons of crows, but it felt like if you're trying to find a boar or a wolf, you had to search for like 20 games straight just to find one or two of them. It was just such a low chance of finding them already. So seeing Epic Games doing stuff like this where they're just deciding to completely vault them for an entire season just feels kind of odd for once. And I think we were talking about this earlier, but apparently boats are also vaulted, if I remember correctly. And it's just like, why are they going about vaulting such a, like the most weirdest things in the game? Because like we still have a lot of oceany areas in the game, right? Just because we have the mega city and stuff doesn't mean that the ocean just has been shrunk down to nothingness and there's no water to swim around or anything. It just feels like Epic Games makes the weirdest micro adjustments to their games at times. So I thought I'd make a nice little discussion for today's YouTube video. Just what all has Epic Games decided to vault recently? Have they made weird decisions vaulting things? And should they just unvault more stuff? Should they make the game more chaotic and cluttered with everything else out there? Because in my personal opinion, when we had the Most Wanted event and we got all those items unvaulted, I thought it was a lot of fun, mainly to use the Hop Rock Dualies once again. And it's like we have those high-set exotics still available only through key chests right now. At least that's the only place I could find them. But imagine if those weapons they decided just to keep unvaulted and keep in the game, not only to the end of that season, but for this season as well. It would just make the loot pool have a lot of stuff going on with it, and I felt like it would have been an interesting thing. So of course, for today's comment question of the day, it's all going to relate to how do you guys feel about the recent vaulted items, you know, the unvaulted items and everything like that? Do you agree with some of the things they've vaulted? Do you just kind of not really care too much? Which, you know, it makes sense. You know, I'm making a whole entire video dedicated to talking about things like crows being vaulted from the game. And is there anything that you would like to see them bring back to the game that would match either this season's aesthetic or anything like that? Just thought, you know, it'd make for a nice little conversation of today's YouTube video. But with that said, I ain't really got much else to talk about for today's video. Hope you champs and champettes enjoyed this little, you know, short ramble just about stuff going on. Enjoyed the mess of me just deciding to live record a video while in a call with four other people. I count myself as one of them, apparently. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another YouTube video where maybe I'll talk about actual leaks with the game instead of rambling about crows and snowballs for 5 minutes. Peace out.